All right. And we are live. Good morning or good whenever you're watching this. So, welcome. Welcome to another week of Self Care Sunday. I am Danielle Brisk. Be Well with Danielle. I am so glad to be with you here today, share this information, this blessing, this healing with you. So give me a shout out if you're here, if you're watching live or replay, either way, give me some love. Show me that love. Show yourself some love. Go ahead. Let's start with a big hug. So if you've experienced any of these self-care Sundays before or know anything about me, you will know that this is going to be experiential as well as educational. Okay, so my theme is learn well, grow well, and live well with Be Well with Danielle. Okay, so learn well. We got to learn, because if we're not learning and taking in the proper information to feed our mind, to feed our soul really in that way, then, then what can we implement? How do we implement what's going to help us, right? So you got to learn well, grow well. We're always growing, and live well. You got to do it. You got to put the things into action, right? So change, transformation, I'm talking about a lot, doesn't just happen on its own, right? If you haven't noticed, right? Hey, thanks for joining. So we're going to be talking a lot about inner work today. Things that we can do a little bit more subtly sometimes, as well as very practical, down to earth, because I need to be practical also. I need very tangible to-do lists. And that's what I'm going to be giving you, really concrete things that you can do and implement into your daily life, starting today, starting this week, and to see a difference in your own health, overall sense of wellness, and sense of peace in your life. Okay, so that's what this is all about. And we're going to be ending with a meditation experience, a deep relaxation meditation. So stick with me, ask me any questions, anything that come up during the, like while you're listening, and that you want more explanation of, maybe I'll go into it a little bit more afterwards if I don't have the chance during the talk. All right. So hope you can get settled in, get some paper, get something available so you can take notes, come back to this later, because you're going to want to really take into account, take this information in. Okay. So get ready to take some notes one way or another. So the first section, let's see, I got a little bit off track here. Did a little welcome to everybody. So any announcements? Well, a lot going on behind the scenes. So there'll be more announcements to come. Let's just maybe suffice it to say that for now. But do look out for some mini retreat gatherings. If you are interested, or you feel like you need a chance, an excuse, if you will, to take some extra time for yourself, I'm kind of putting some feelers out there to see if anyone wants to grab onto a mini retreat even next weekend, because I will do one on Mother's Day on next weekend, next Sunday, right after this, most likely, if I have the audience for it, the people for it. So let me know if that's something that's up your alley, or we're going to schedule one for another weekend, and then Monday after that. So any other upcoming events? Yeah, there'll be a lot more coming. So just stay tuned, stay connected. And if you are not on our Facebook group already, you need to get on. Okay, some of you are watching on the Facebook group, but it's called Beyond Basic Wellness. Beyond Basic Wellness, a free Facebook community. We'll be diving in deeper with you guys, and really helping you move through some health and stress challenges that you're facing. Okay, so get on that. Great. So now we're going to go into our 6 pillars of holistic health and stress relief as we discuss them in our Be Well programs, and as we work with clients, in our groups and one-on-one, okay, which we'll be going into those programs a little bit later, more detail. But to introduce you to the pillars, the main pillars that make up this program and that we really work with people on in great detail. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick tip in each of these pillars so you can get a better sense of how to start implementing them in your life. The first one is breath, how we breathe. So what I want you to do starting this week is observe, pay attention to your breath. Are you just start with that, honestly, because I've given you other tips, other weeks, of how to do deep breathing. But right now, I actually just want you to observe. See how many times during the week, you just can become conscious during the day, during each day, during each hour, for that matter, that you become conscious of your breath. So do a breath check, maybe you want to set your, an alarm on your phone. Maybe you want to, you can find some tricks that work for you throughout the day, or maybe every time before you eat or before you do certain tasks, you can associate that with checking in with your breath. So the more we come familiar with our breath, the more we come conscious of our breath, the more it can become a conscious and really effective, powerful tool for us. Because the breath is a hugely powerful tool when we're conscious of it, when we use it, okay? So the first way to become more conscious of it and use it to the extent that it can be used is to just observe it. Start observing it and letting it be part of your daily life, your conscious breath. All right, that's the first pillar, number one. Number two is our mind and how we think, our mindset and how we think and speak, because they're so intimately connected, right? So this is our conscious mind and also our unconscious mind to an extent, right? So how can we tap into our unconscious mind even more? So I have what's called the why process. So I'm going to go into this a little bit more in upcoming. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm just going to keep moving along here, and you can catch the replay if you want to catch the whole thing. Okay. So the why process, I'm going through the 6 pillars. So the first pillar was how we breathe, and the 6 pillars of holistic health and stress relief, that we use in the Be Well programs. So how we breathe, observe the breath. Okay, start with that. Number 2 is the mind, the mindset and speech, how we think. The why process, what is that? I'm going to go into a lot more detail of that. The basics are really simple, but the implementation may not be. Question yourself, question your thoughts, question where those thoughts are coming from and why. Why do you even have the thoughts you do? Why are you following these thoughts that we don't even know where they're coming from, or why we even have them, or how important they are? We haven't even questioned our own thoughts. Okay. So that's why maybe you have, but that's why I encourage you to do. Hey, I'm glad to see you on here. You finally made it live for the live. Very cool. All right. Doing a little shout out there. So yeah, I'm going to keep rolling. We're going through the 6 pillars of holistic health and stress relief that we use in the Be Well programs. So the first one I'm encouraging you to do is observe your breath. Pay attention to your breath more. Number 2, with the mind, question. Start with the why process, and I'll share more about this later. But question your mind, question your thoughts. Where do they come from? Why are we thinking things and believing things that we don't even know, where they came from and why we even think them in the first place? All right. So ask why more. Not only outside why, questioning the outside, but also inside on an internal level. Question yourself. Okay. It's very powerful. Number 3, the third pillar is nutrition, or what we take in. It could be what we take in on all levels, really, all levels in our life. But focusing on nutrition today. I've talked about this other weeks, but question, why are you eating? Not only what you're eating, but just why in the first place are you eating? So start paying attention more consciously if you haven't, done this process already. Are you eating because you feel hungry, or because you feel like your body really needs something, or is it just, to fill a gap in your day, to fill, or, for that comfort? There are so many reasons why, or social eating, there's so many reasons why we might be eating. Okay. It's complex, right? So put a one, well, actually a three, I'm sorry, three, because we're on number three. If you agree, if you can relate to that, put a three in the comments. If you can relate to the fact that, oftentimes you're eating not because you're hungry, but for other reasons, right? So that's been a process that I've been in for quite some time now, kind of, looking at that a lot more closely. Now, so I'm going to throw something at you. Do you know that there are certain foods that actually make you more hungry? Do you know that? And a lot of times people, the companies are putting ingredients in food to actually make us more hungry, to make us crave more when we really don't need to be. Okay. So sugar and carbs are one of those categories of foods. Also other artificial sweeteners, a lot of artificial ingredients do that too. MSG is one thing, so we got to be careful of those things that artificially make us feel more hungry. But sugar and carbs is a huge category. When we're eating sugar and carb, that actually makes us feel like we want more of it. Did you know that? Did you know it? Yeah. You're funny. So, yeah, it's intense. It's intense what the food industry does in our food, because you got to think of it, it's a business, right? But I'm not talking about just the artificial ingredients right now. I mean, that's a huge category in itself, but I'm just talking about even just basic food. Basic food we got to be careful of. But honestly, there is no just basic food nowadays. Everything's kind of altered in one way or another, So you got to be careful. We got to be careful and pay attention to that. Personally, I'm following more of a keto diet right now, which is low carb. There's a healthy keto. If you want to learn more information about that, hit me up. I'd be glad to share more about that. It's not necessarily something that's right for everyone, perhaps, but for me, it's made a huge, huge difference, because getting rid of those carbs throughout the day is actually transforming, getting rid of aches and pains. It decreases inflammation. It decreases insulin spikes. I could go on and on. That'll be for another time. Okay. But right now, I just want you to observe, why you're eating when you are. Start paying attention to that and how certain foods make you feel. All right. So that's the beginning of the process. If you got to start paying attention to everything, be more conscious of your decisions, and then you can start changing them. If we're not conscious of them in the first place, then they are acting on us instead of us, acting consciously in our life, right? It's true. Okay, number fourth pillar of holistic health and stress relief, and as far as that we teach in the Be Well programs and help people with, just as a quick review. Number one, yeah, I know it, right? Number one, the breath. Be conscious of your breath throughout the day. Observe the breath. Number two, the mind. Question your thoughts, the why process. Number three, nutrition, what we eat. Why are you eating, and how does it make you feel? Okay. Decrease those carbs. Makes a huge difference. And the artificial ingredients. Okay. Number four, detox and what we let go of. So it relates on a physical level in your body, but also just in your life in general. So I'm going to ask you to look at, what is the most stressful thing in your life? For everyone, it might be something a little different. So for number four, put number four. And if you want to share, go ahead and share. What's the most stressful thing in your life right now? Is it work? Is it a personal relationship? Someone in your life, family? Honestly, the relationships in our life often can be the most stressful, because we take them so personally. They can really affect us. Yep, I hear you, family. Honestly, oftentimes for me, that's, some of the areas of the biggest stress that I've had to really take serious looks at and really change, my behavior around and my environment and who I interact with because of that. So it can take some big decisions if there's stressors in your life, that are people, but it's worth it. There's freedom on the other side. There's healing and health on the other side, and greater peace. Believe me, it is true. But so share some of those things that are the biggest stressors for you, because maybe there's something you can do about it that you haven't thought of yet. Okay. There are solutions to things, right? So when you ask for help, you can find solutions. All right. So if you need some help, let's brainstorm. And that's part of what I help people with one-on-one and group sessions, to really dive deeper into ways that you can de-stress your whole life, because it's worth it. You're worth it. It makes a huge difference. All right. So that's number 4, detox and de-stress, and letting go. So number 5, how we live, lifestyle, and how we live, how we move, sleep, all the lifestyle factors. So number 5, put a number 5 if you feel you are not prioritizing yourself enough. Okay. Are you giving yourself extra time to rest, to assess yourself, to even the fact that you're listening to this means that you are spending some time on yourself, which is awesome. Okay. So that's a huge start right there. And you're probably doing other things in your life too. So what are some of those huge, big things? Put number 5 and share something that you're doing that's making a huge impact on your own sense of peace and wellness and self-care. Because I'm sure, are you taking time to meditate, to move during the day? There's so many things that we are taking, those extra supplements that, fortify our bodies on a cellular level. That makes a huge difference too. Okay. So share some of those things that you are doing in your day to de-stress in your life. Okay. All right. So that's number 5, lifestyle. Are you moving, getting out and walking? And bring your kids, bring your, friends and family if you can, make it, or if they're adding stress to your life, don't bring them. So it depends on your situation. Being in nature, meditating, highly agree. That is hugely beneficial. I'm going to put out a video on that recently. I've been starting to make long extended walks in the evening, kind of part of my daily routine with my daughter, and it's awesome. We love it, and it helps her relax somewhat. Helps me relax, get that outdoor time, in case I didn't get enough during the day, busy working. At least I know I'll get some outdoor time with the fresh air right before the end of the day. And hey, thanks for joining. So yes. So there's so many benefits of walking, taking nice, long, relaxing walks. I'm going to share more about that another time, but that's, I'm really exploring that myself as well, and definitely advocate that. So that was number 5. Number 6 of the 6 pillars of holistic health and stress relief, as we teach in the Be Well programs, is energy and how we connect. And again, I think of that as the glove that fits over the hand. So it kind of encompasses everything. Okay. It affects everything we do. So our energy, and because the one way I describe it, if you're not familiar with energy already, is just when you think of someone, you can think of someone that and you can feel like they're really there, right? If you're really focusing on them, right? So that's energy, because we're all connected. Or even when you're talking to someone over the phone or over the internet right now, and I'm thinking of you guys who are on here, I'm sending energy to you, you're sending energy to me, we're all connected. Doesn't matter if we're physically, in the same place or not, you feel it, that we're connected, right? Energy transfers everywhere because we are energy. We are made of energy. All right. So meditate. If you are not already taking time to just be, I highly, highly recommend it. Even if it's just a minute a day, if you start with that, it can be life-changing and transformative, I promise you. because that time to just start turning inward instead of focusing our attention outward all the time. Maybe right before bed is perfect for this. Yeah, doing it now. Great. Great. I'm glad. Yeah. You meditate while you're listening to this. This is meant to be a meditative experience. Perfect. I'm so glad to hear that. So you can take in the information and really let it soak in even deeper. So so right before bed or right when we wake up are perfect times to be in a more meditative inward state as well. I usually take some time before opening my eyes to just, be with myself, start checking in with myself a little further. So put a 6 in the comments if you want to spend more time inward, meditating, focusing on how you're doing inside. Okay. Put a 6 if that's something you want to start focusing on. All right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Awesome. So, yeah, when people start adopting more meditation practices in their life, they really feel the difference. So, yeah, wonderful. So, a quick review right now. I've gone through the 6 pillars of holistic health and stress relief that we teach and walk people through in a very detailed fashion in our Be Well with Danielle programs. So, breathing, observe the breath, the mind, and thinking and speech. Hugely important, right? We got to get that right in order to be well, to be peaceful. Nutrition, what we take in. Okay. Detoxing. Number 4, detoxing, what we let go of on all levels, right? Letting go. 5, lifestyle. So many lifestyle factors make a huge difference in our overall health and stress relief. We know that. And 6, encompassing everything, is our energy and how we connect. So just breathe that in. I'm glad for you joining us. Thank you for spending this time with me here. And what of those six pillars of holistic health and stress relief are you going to focus on? So put a 1 to 6 now if there's one that really resonates the most with you, that you want to take into your day every day now. Write it down, make sticky notes, whatever it is that you want to start implementing more into your daily life. Okay. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us for that. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. Let's do that again. A few more deep breaths. Good. Pay attention to the connection of your body with whatever is around you, whatever you're sitting on or lying on right now. And recognize that it's a relationship. That if you're sitting on a chair, that the chair is rising up and the floor beneath you is rising up to meet you. That is there putting pressure on you just as much as you're putting your weight on it. So you can feel supported by even the air and the chair and the bed or whatever it is around you. Your environment is there supporting you. Feel that. With the feet on the floor or the tailbone, connecting with the earth. Feel the energy going into the earth. So the earth is holding us up. So Mother Earth is always supporting us, right? Always there supporting us. All right. Well, I started diving into the meditation portion. So let's just go ahead and continue in that, in this realm. So if you have not already, go ahead and close your eyes. And as I suggested before, start observing the breath. You don't have to force it in one way or another. Just observe. What is happening with our breath? Where do you feel the breath? Where do you feel your body moving? Or where do you feel it stuck and tight? How does your face feel from the inside? In your brain, in your head? You can add some movement gently, bringing movement to your body, your shoulders, your neck. How does the movement feel from the inside? If you're stretching, focus on stretching the tendons. So you're reaching with the palms. Press out into, like you're pushing the walls away from you. Okay? So press with the palms at a 90-degree angle as much as possible. Like you're pressing the walls on each side of you. That gets the tendons all along the arm, the wrists, and the hands. Very therapeutic. Roll the hands. Good. Good. So conscious movement and stretching. Roll the at the hips. Definitely easier if you're sitting up. So or standing up. So roll around. Just feel what that's like. Expand the belly and then contract. Rolling the spine. How about back, forward, and backward? Forward. Reaching all the way from the tailbone, up to the top of the head. Like making a big arch. Stretching. Go ahead and include the arms in there. For those with, I know some of you have little children. For those with children who have observed children or pets, if you have cats, dogs, you see them stretching. They stretch with their tendons, with their whole body. It's actually more than just their tendons. It's actually there's connective tissue that connects our whole entire body. So when we stretch and move, pay attention, start feeling and observing how every part of you is connected. So when you move your head, do you feel it, down your, you name it, you feel it in other parts of your body too, don't you? Right? So that's because literally our whole body is connected. I mean, many ways, but there's literally fascia, connective tissue that is like a glove, like, what is it, like a balloon almost. It's a balloony kind of texture, I think. Well, in some ways, that can move and expand and all around our whole body. But it and it's electric. It actually holds electric energy. an electric field. It's very amazing. So, yeah, our bodies are incredible. So this became a stretching. As I'm sitting down and talking to you, it's a little hard to move my feet too much, but go ahead wherever you are and stretch out your legs and your feet and your back. Do some twists. Movement, relaxing, conscious movement is so therapeutic. So therapeutic. And that's one of the benefits of walking, actually. When you're walking, pay attention to the stretching that can happen when you do a more conscious walk. You don't really have to do a power walk per se, but stretch the back of your leg. I'm going to show you the back of your leg and the front of your in your hip is actually you like my snazzy pants is very important. So the back of your leg here is actually, there's so much that can be said about that, but one on an energetic, it's more than just energetic level. Literally, it's physically connected with our kidneys, our adrenals, our, in the what's it called, the traditional Chinese medicine. That's something that's talked about a lot. But in the Western society, we don't necessarily think of that. We're not necessarily taught that. Yeah, you might be taught to stretch, before exercising or working out, but why is important to stretch goes a lot deeper than just those particular muscles themselves. Our whole body is connected. So see how it feels. Just start noticing that when you start stretching out, you feel more relaxed. You give your body a chance to relax more, because it's true, because it's literally happening, right? Glad for you all to join us. So yeah. All right. Now let's shake it out, okay? Been getting into some movement here. It's important to shake and kind of, whew. That's another way to de-stress any time of the day. You've heard of like shake it off. We have these kind of sayings in our society that you might hear about, and think of, oh, it's just a figurative, but it's literal. Again, have you seen animals do that? After they go through something that's traumatic, it could be just, you spraying water on them and they don't like it. They shake it off, whoo, do that extra shake, It's not just because they're shaking the water off. Literally, shaking is a way for our body to release. Literally, okay? For our nervous system, our muscles, on a cellular level, movement is 100% necessary. So when something needs to be released, needs to be changed, when the energy needs to be changed, getting up and moving, is necessary. So that applies on every level. That applies if you feel stuck mentally. If you feel stuck and you don't know, you're working on something and you're not sure what to do, sometimes literally getting up and moving can help bring the answer, bring the inspiration, or just starting to act, right? Yeah, I love stretching. Oh, I'm so glad to see you again. Good. Yeah, stretching is beautiful, right? The effects of when we do it in alignment, while paying attention to our body. We can get a little overzealous with it sometimes, I think. But so let's see. This was a little bit more of an interactive, active meditation or guided relaxation time. And that's perfect because that's all part of it as well. So now we're going to come back into being a little bit more quiet, more internal, and finish off with a relaxing, some quiet meditation for just a few minutes. So come back to feeling grounded, putting your feet on the floor or feeling your back on wherever you're laying down or sitting down. And pour some healing energy into you. You can imagine the warmth of the sun shining upon you. Feel the sunlight penetrating inside your body. And you see glittering, sparkling all around you. And as you breathe in this sparkling, healing energy. And it moves throughout the body. Anywhere it has its own awareness, its own intelligence, and it knows where to go. It knows where your body and mind needs the most attention. So as you let go and trust, the healing energy can work on you even more. Releasing tension, releasing control, releasing pain. And bring this healing light and sparkling up to your eyes. Focus it around your eyes, on the inside of your eyes. Feel it healing the eyes and the vision and the sight from the inside out. So that as you see, as you look out into the world, your sight will be infused with this healing energy as well. And that anything you look at can be seen through love, through the eyes of love and compassion and healing. Notice the effect that that has on you. And keep breathing. Letting this healing energy, love energy flow through every part of your body and your mind, from your toes to your fingertips and your nose, your ears. Hearing can be infused with healing and love so that we can hear things through the filter of love and compassion and healing. As we see things through the filter and the vision of love and compassion. And our voice and throat and mouth can be infused with healing and love, that our words can be full of love and compassion and healing. And let the energy penetrate all up in your mind and your head, that your thoughts may be filled with love and compassion and healing. And feel free to stay in this place as long as you want, as long as you can. Knowing you're surrounded by healing, loving energy and a bubble of protective light all around you with silvery gold on the outside. And may all your loved ones be also surrounded and filled with light and healing energy. So, thank you for joining us again. If you want to stay in this place, then go ahead and do that. So I will end quietly. Many blessings to you. Blessings. So learn well, grow well, and be well. Live well with Be Well with Danielle. I'll see you next time. You're welcome. So glad when you do get out of your meditative mode, go ahead and share some of your experiences, some of the benefits that you experienced, so others can enjoy and get inspired as well. All right. See you again soon.